Back to the channel, and buddy, the wheels are in. The wheels and tires right there. Yeah, my garage is a mess, and that's none of your business. But anyway, I've been buying Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff. I saved a couple years, and now that I saved a couple years, I decided to execute on a lot of things for Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. So, and not only that, I believe that possibly some of the prices could go up next year, even though we have Trump in office. Yay, I guess. But I think it's going to be a little unstable at first when the tariffs and shit start kicking in. So I decided to take advantage of those deals and get it done. Now I'm going to raise up the back here, take off the tires. I'm going to put the wheel on. I'm not going to put the wheels and tires on yet. I got to take them down and have those mounted. But what I am going to do is I'm going to fit the wheel to each side. If you watch my other videos, you'll know that one side is just a little bit off compared to the other side by about like 5/8 of an inch. So I want to double check that and see what's going on. Obviously want to make sure that I did the measurements properly. But I think what we're going to find is we're going to find that the wheels will sit in just a little bit. And that's fine, because if I want to bring them out, I can space them out. So that's what's going on here. Again, I'll be pausing this video as I go throughout this process. And also I'll check the front as well. But anyway, I will go ahead and start jacking up the back. Get the back jacked off, drop that off. And then, of course, I'll open up the box, show you the wheels as they are coming out. I normally, I guess, would do an unboxing video. I guess I didn't think to do that, but I'm excited to get this done. Plus, I don't have a whole lot of time. Daylight is going down, and it's a beautiful day for winter. I need to do this now, so that's what I'm doing. But I do have a lot of other things that I'll be unboxing, by the way. I'll be doing, you know what? Maybe I'll do an unboxing video on the others after all. But anyway, stay tuned, follow the channel, because lots of things coming up. Ho, 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 ho. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? Whew. I don't have any lug nuts on it yet. I still have drums, and I plan to run drums in the back. I am going to probably get upgraded and bigger brakes up front, which is one of the reasons why I went with 17s instead of going with 15s. It avoids all brake clearance issues, caliper issues. I mean, or it helps anyway. But yeah, this looks good against the blue, dude. And I don't remember which side was further in or out, but you're looking at this right now. You can see that, you know, the tire's going to stick out a little here, but it's still inside the fender lip right there. It's perfect. It's perfect in my opinion. This is going to look really nice and wide. It clears all the bracketry and hardware of this Total Control Products 4-link suspension conversion. So it looks really good. So now I'm going to go ahead and take off the tire over on this side. By the way, just to kind of give you an idea. Look at this. This is an ugly ass old tire. Look at this. It's ugly. Look at all that space right there between the tire and the fender lip. That's just ugly. Skinnies. Yeah. Now this is going to look freaking fantastic. No doubt about it. Yeah, I'm going to swap that over the other side. Make sure that it doesn't look too like awkward or different or dumb or whatever. And then, yeah, that's going to be nice. By the way, here's the, like a center cap ring right there. Here's the center cap itself. Right there. That looks pretty sharp. Comes with the hardware and everything right here. So yeah, this is really cool. Really cool. Oh man, I'm liking that. And the color is a lot better than I expected. I thought, you know, I was wanting to go with like a gray or a charcoal, but then I saw these blues and I thought, yeah, there we go. And honestly, I don't know. I guess I was thinking that it was just going to be really radically different, but I don't know. I think it looks great. I think it sets it off really, really, really nice. So these are going to be awesome. The only thing I don't like about painted or powder coated rims is the fact that when you get a scratch, you know it. Like you'll see the aluminum shining through at some point. So you got to try to take care of them the best you can. Obviously, anybody would, but you know, I do plan on, like I said, driving this car. So I'm gonna have to probably find some sort of brush touch up or something like that. Plus, I want to get the color code for this, because now I'm starting to think I might start accenting this car. I've got that rear valance panel that goes right here, and it used to be like a black color, a flat black, and I'm thinking now I might actually take the color of that wheel and put that on there, and then take the grill. I'm going to build a custom grill, by the way. I am not going to use the factory grill. I'll have it for sale because it's probably worth a good amount of money, at least used, because it's in great shape. And I'll build a custom grill, and I might actually paint that same blue color. This looks awesome. This looks really awesome. All right, well, I'll pause the video, do the other side, show you that. Then I'll be raising the front end up and checking and opening up the front versions, because these, if I remember right, are 9.5 wide, and I think the fronts are 8 wide, if I remember right. And I don't remember exactly the back spacing. I know the back spacing over here is over 5 inches, but I don't remember what I got on the front. I'll have to get those specs and list them out here so you have it in the video when I do the other side. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm listing it off the box here. 17-inch wheel, 9.5 wide, and the offset is plus 15 millimeter. So basically what that means is if you take the 9.5, you know, edges, the 0 and the 9.5 edge, and you make it 9.5, now right exactly in the middle is where the wheel hub mounting surface is. Now what you do is you take and you move that surface mounting hub outward, outside of the car, 15 millimeters. That's what that means. Obviously the bolt pattern 5 by 14, 114.3 millimeter, which is basically 5 by 4.5. But anyway, that is the spec on the rear wheel. And I can't remember. I personally prefer back spacing over offset, because it's easier for me to understand. Back spacing, the reason why I like that is because basically from the back of the wheel here to the mounting surface, or the back of this area right there, that is the back spacing. And if I remember right, it was like 5 3/8 of an inch or something like that. And that's actually what I used when I selected these, when I selected these wheels on the actual factory website. I actually went to the actual website for these wheels, the manufacturer. I bought them at Summit with their heck of a good deal kind of thing going on. But my point is that is what I did as far as like how did I come up with these wheels? How did I get that measurement? And you can probably watch the video that I did on this when I was measuring all that stuff. Just go again to my channel, look back a little bit, and you'll see that I actually was doing the measurement. I was using the Speedway Motors wheel fit tool, and just a tape measure and a straight edge and that kind of stuff. And I had some practice tires actually. But anyway, go look at that. That'll tell you a little bit more. But I do remember when I made the decision, it was the bolt pattern, obviously. And then I started saying, okay, I need a back spacing of such and such. And I was thinking that if I go, so like if this was like 5 3/8, like I think it is, I need to remember. But anyway, I told myself I did not want to have a back space of more than 6 inches on a 10-inch wheel. This is 9.5. But on a 10, I didn't want to have more than 6 inches. So if this is 5 3/8, and let's just say we went to a 6-inch back spacing, well, then this thing here would move back, you know, what, 5/8 of an inch, basically. So that's how I took my measurements. That's how I came up with this. And I think, if I remember right, this is the side, the driver's side, that's actually poking out a little further than that side, but I can't remember, and I don't know. It's kind of hard, but based on what I'm seeing with my eyeball, it feels like this side is sticking out just a tad bit more. But either way, nobody's really gonna notice. And if I want to get super you know, anal about that, I could get a 5/8 or a 1/2 inch spacer for the one side, and then, you know, they'll be equal as far as sitting in the fenders. But honestly, nobody's gonna ever fucking care, and they're not gonna notice. I know I sure as hell won't care nor notice. All right, so anyway, now I'm going to take that off, put the wheels back on the front, raise the front, or excuse me, on the back, raise the front, take those wheels and tires off, open up the box to the, right there they are, open up the box to the front wheels, and I'm going to trial fit those and see how those look and how they sit in the lip. You know what I might do? I might just raise the car. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to raise, I might leave this on the jack stand and raise up that side over there, just that side. Because I don't want to raise like the center of the car, because then the springs will decompress, and that'll kind of, I'd like to grab a hold of that A-arm and start lifting it up while it stays compressed like that. And then I might actually trial fit that wheel on there so we can actually see what it looks like compared to these wheels. I think that's what I'm going to do. Although, I think I'm going to have a better camera shot over here. So I'm going to do it over here. Anyway, hang on. Okay, we're back. Now, we have a problem, but I think it's fixable. Okay, so first of all, here's the front wheels. As I said, 17 by 18, a positive 30 millimeter offset. So meaning this thing is even a deeper offset, so to speak, I guess. But anyway, here we are. You see what they kind of look like. And when you line them up, they look really good. Let's look at the front here. There's the front. So, our first problem. But I think I'm going to do it with spacers. So, and I did investigate it a little bit, but I didn't. So what we got here is we got this diameter of the hole, and it won't fit over my factory style hubs. Now, where it's actually hitting, it's hitting on this lip right here. So it actually clears this right here, but it's actually hitting on this lip, and this lip is the one that is used for the threaded holes to hold the caps on, right? Now, be gentle with this thing. There we go. Got it to stay. Okay, so what it's doing is it's hitting this area right here. You saw that it was really tight. So what are we going to do about it? Well, you saw that it looks pretty good. I think what I'm gonna, and I was actually measuring, you know, with my finger. I was measuring with my finger how much of a gap I had between this mounting surface right here and the backside of the wheel mounting surface. And what I noticed was it was basically all the way, once I got it all centered, it was basically about 3/8 of an inch all the way around. Maybe it might have even been like a 5/16. Okay, but I'm just doing this by feel with my finger. But I'm going to actually get a good measurement, and I'm going to study this a little bit. But My point is, I think I can take and punch these out, get longer studs, and I can put wheel spacers up here, aluminum wheel spacers up here, like say maybe, I don't know, hopefully I could do it with just a 3/8, but maybe I could get away, maybe I can get away with 3/8, but or I might have to go up to a 1/2 inch. Obviously I don't want to space it out a lot. I don't want to make it look really obvious or anything like that, but these wheels and the tires are 235 wide, so they're going to look a lot, you know, narrower than the back ones, which are 275s. And so what I'm thinking here is, I'm thinking that that's how I'm going to fix it. I'm basically going to go ahead and install longer studs, get a spacer, space it out, and then of course the spacer, I can, you know, get one that actually fits over this, no problem, and it will space it out to where it just barely does not touch this thing right here. And once I do that, we're golden, we're good. So it's unfortunate that that's what I got to do, but I think it's going to, I think we're going to be able to do it, and I think it's going to be okay. Here's the other thing that I haven't told you. Well, no, actually I did tell you in another video, but I have these lower control arms, the bottom ones, out all the way as far as possible. And let's see here, my uppers right now, let's see, I got them adjusted. Yeah, I got them adjusted out quite a bit, actually, on both sides. Yeah, that one there is tucked a little bit, but this one's out. So what I'm saying is that I can actually adjust, especially that bottom lower A-arm, I can adjust it inward some yet. So my point is that if I put that spacer right here and it gets to be just a little too much, I've got a little play, a little bit, to take that lower A-arm and suck it in, and I might be able to suck this in a little bit too. The adjustment on the upper A-arms as well. So there's a lot of things yet to think about for the setup of this, but I think that is how I'm going to fix this. The other and only choice that I would have really outside of that is I would have to take this to a machine shop, and they would have to machine that out to the size of that interior right there, which I really don't want to do. I don't want to, because first of all, I will cut into the threads here, so I won't be able to put center caps on. And I know there's some cars out there that have that, you know, no center cap look to it, and that doesn't bother me. I would just have to clean this up and maybe go get a brand new shiny chrome cap or something like that, or black or something, just to make it look good. But I really don't want to run it like that. Again, I'd like to use the caps that came with it because they look really cool, number one. And also, when doing that, you know, it just covers everything up a lot better. So that's what I would like to do if I can. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to space this wheel out away from this hub right there. I guess the other thing I could do, although I'm not really a fan, but the other thing I could do is I could take these out and I could have this surface right here. Am I pointing on my finger? There. I could have this surface right here machined down a little bit smaller, maybe to where it just fits inside there. That would be my other option. But I definitely don't like the idea of that. Because, you know, this is where the bearing race is at. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to take this thing out, because I think actually the bearing race is probably sitting right here, actually. So this is nice and thick, which is good for strength, and it's good for, you know, cooling. But, you know, as far as like it more thicker metal, the better. But again, all this actually is going to be changed at some point. Eventually, I am going to change all of this to a bigger brake system, a better brake system, dual piston calipers or maybe triples or whatever, I don't know, but it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be this setup, but this is what came with it. And I know this looks all rusty and stuff, but trust me, this stuff that you see right here was brand new back in college, so that would have been about 95, and it barely has any use on it. You can see the pads are actually pretty thick and everything, so I just kept it like this for now because I just wanted to get the car back together, and you know, I just wanted to get it back together and get it going, so that way I didn't have to worry about this you know, keeping it up off on the rotisserie any longer. I had to get it on the ground, and I didn't really have the budget for that yet, and I also said that's really not something I need to be spending money on right now because I have something that works. So that's why I went with this, and that's what I plan to do. So I'm going to try to do some measurements and see about spacering it out, and then I guess if all else fails, I'll see about maybe machining this part down, because it's really just, I mean, man, it's about a 3/8 of an inch or so. But again, I didn't have it all nice and flat and level and all that shit either. So I was just sticking it up there and sticking my finger and like, it seems like a 3/8 of an inch or so. So anyway, all right, well, make sure you like, subscribe, and rumble over at the Rumble. This is the video for the wheels, and now you've got to kind of see what they're going to look like, and I love the color, everything about them. I think we're going to make this work no problem somehow, one way or another. And again, when I go to actually get, then that's the other thing, when I get the new brake system, I got to figure out, you know, diameter of this. I got to be more thoughtful of this. I had thought about that, I really did, but I just said, you know what, let's just pull the trigger and see what happens. And because I figured the back was going to fit no problem, but obviously the front is a little different. But we'll get it to work somehow. All right, guys. Well, like, subscribe, ask questions. You know, make comments. Make bad comments, actually. Even though, you know, I think you're stupid for doing so. But guess what? It does actually. I guess when you do negative shit and you say negative things, guess what happens? They all. It somehow makes you popular some way. Not that I really dig being popular, but it would be nice for, you know, people to watch the videos because they can learn something here. So anyway, go ahead and make your bad comments. Give me a wink saying that you know what's going on. And come back next time because we're going to have a lot more for you. See you.